Every single day, Americans lose over $2.7 billion to scams. That is not a yearly figure. That is daily. And the most terrifying part is that the majority of victims never saw it coming because scammers are not targeting the uninformed anymore. They are targeting you, specifically, with tools more sophisticated than most corporate marketing departments. In the next 10 minutes, you are going to learn exactly how to recognize a scam before it costs you anything. We will cover the psychological tricks scammers use, the red flags hiding in plain sight, and the one category of scam that is growing so fast it has completely blindsided even cybersecurity professionals. Most people think they are too smart to fall for it. The data says otherwise, and that gap between confidence and reality is exactly where scammers live. Let us start with context, because understanding where scams come from helps you recognize why they work so well. Fraud has existed as long as commerce itself, but the digital age did something that changed everything. It removed friction. Before the internet, running a scam required physical presence, printed materials, and significant effort per victim. Today, a single scammer in another country can send 10 million fraudulent messages in an afternoon for almost zero cost. The Federal Trade Commission reported that in 2023 alone, consumers reported losing $10 billion to fraud, a record high. But researchers estimate that only about 5% of fraud victims actually report it, which means the real number could be close to $200 billion annually in the United States alone. Scams are no longer random. They are data-driven, psychologically engineered, and increasingly automated using artificial intelligence. Understanding that changes how you need to think about protecting yourself. Now let us get into the actual red flags, because this is where most guides fail you. They give you a generic list. We are going to go deeper. The first and most powerful red flag is artificial urgency. Scammers need you to act before you think. Every legitimate organization on the planet will give you time to verify, consult, and decide. The IRS does not call you and demand payment within the hour. Your bank does not text you saying your account will be permanently deleted in 20 minutes unless you click a link. Amazon does not send emails threatening criminal charges if you do not respond immediately. The moment any communication creates a panic time pressure, stop. That pressure is engineered. It is the most reliable indicator that something is wrong, and it appears in virtually every category of scam that exists. The second red flag is an unexpected prize, refund, or windfall. Your brain is wired to respond to unexpected positive news. Scammers exploit this completely. Whether it is a lottery you never entered, a tax refund you were not expecting, a class action settlement you have no memory of, or an inheritance from a distant relative, the pattern is the same. You are owed something. All you have to do is provide personal information or pay a small fee to release it. That fee or that information is the entire point. There is no prize. There never was. The third red flag is payment method. This is one of the most reliable tells in existence, and it is almost never discussed clearly enough. Legitimate businesses accept credit cards, bank transfers, and standard digital payment methods. Scammers demand gift cards, wire transfers, cryptocurrency, or peer-to-peer apps like Zelle and Venmo. Why? Because those payment methods are nearly impossible to reverse. When a scammer asks you to buy $500 in Google Play cards and read them the numbers over the phone, they are not doing that by accident. They are doing it because the moment those numbers leave your mouth, that money is gone forever. No legitimate company, government agency, or employer will ever ask you to pay them in gift cards. But here is what nobody talks about. Even people who know these rules get caught, and the reason is emotional state. Research from Stanford University found that scam victims are not less intelligent than average. They are simply caught at a moment of stress, grief, loneliness, or distraction. Scammers actively target people who have recently experienced a life event, a death in the family, a job loss, a medical diagnosis, because those states impair judgment and increase the desire for connection or solutions. This is why romance scams are among the most financially devastating category of fraud. They do not just take money. They build trust over weeks or months before making any financial request at all. Romance scams generated $1.3 billion in reported losses in 2022 according to the FTC. The average loss per victim was nearly $4,000, but many victims lost tens and even hundreds of thousands. The scammer typically creates a false online identity, establishes a deep emotional connection, and then introduces a crisis, a medical emergency, a business problem, a travel issue that requires money to solve. And because the victim believes they are in a real relationship, the psychological resistance that would normally trigger skepticism has been completely dissolved. Here is the fourth red flag that most people do not catch until it is too late: unsolicited contact that already knows something about you. You get a call. The person on the other end knows your name, the last 4 digits of your social security number, or a recent purchase. This feels like proof they are legitimate. It is not. Scammers buy stolen data in bulk on the dark web. Personal details cost fractions of a penny per record. Knowing something about you is not evidence of legitimacy. It is a tool to manufacture it. The fifth red flag is poor but not terrible language. Early scam emails were full of obvious spelling errors and broken grammar. Many people now know to look for that. But scammers have adapted. Modern phishing emails and messages are often grammatically perfect. What still slips through is subtle inconsistency, a company name that is almost right but slightly off, an email address from Gmail when it should be a corporate domain, a logo that is slightly blurred or misaligned. Train yourself to look at the sender address, not just the sender name. Look at the actual link URL before you click it, not the display text, the actual destination. Hover your mouse or press and hold on mobile. If that link is sending you to a domain you do not recognize, do not go there. Now let us talk about the category growing fastest right now, the one that is catching cybersecurity professionals off guard. AI voice cloning and deepfake fraud. Using publicly available audio, even a few seconds from a social media video, scammers can clone someone's voice with remarkable accuracy. There are documented cases of people receiving calls that sound exactly like their adult children or elderly parents, crying, claiming to be in jail or in an accident, begging for immediate wire transfers. In 2023, a finance worker at a multinational firm transferred $25 million after attending a video call that appeared to include the company's CFO. Every person on that call was deepfake generated. This is not science fiction. It is happening now. The defense against this specific threat is something called a family safe word, a code word that only your immediate family members know, which must be provided during any unexpected emergency communication before money is ever discussed. Simple, low-tech, and one of the most effective countermeasures available. Let us now talk about what you should do the moment something feels wrong. First, stop all communication immediately. Do not try to negotiate, test, or outsmart the scammer. Second, verify independently, look up the official phone number for the organization claiming to contact you and call it directly. Third, never use contact information provided in the suspicious message itself. Fourth, report the incident to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov and to your local Consumer Protection Office. Reporting matters because it builds the data that helps identify and eventually prosecute fraud networks. The single most important thing you can take away from this is that your instincts are your first line of defense. Before you go, if you learned something valuable today, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to CyberShield Daily for a brand new video every single day. We will see you in the next one.